All right, guys, welcome back to the podcast. It's your host, Ray. And to my left, we have
Christine.
To my right,
Kirsten.
And Ben, what's good?
Hey, let's go for the second episode of our podcast. For those of you who are new here, we're a group of 4 friends living in New York City talking about dating, living in New York City, and life in general. So make sure to sit back and go along for the ride.
What's your favorite club in New York City?
I think my favorite club in New York City that I've been to is probably Marquee.
Man's never been to Marquee when it shut down.
Basic.
Oh, wait, what's your favorite club? What's your favorite club?
I think I have the most fun at Ichi.
Ichi?
Wait, it just...
No, not Ichi. Okay, fine. Den.
Den. Okay, Den.
Because I think the music, I prefer
She
hip-hop.
has so much fun, she doesn't even remember the club, yo.
I prefer hip-hop, so Den and Ichi are my favorites. But I'm at Mission the most. Because if my friends are going to Mission, like, I'm going to go to Mission.
Okay,
it's like a comfort pick, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, they schemed up Mission. They've started, like, improving the fuck out of it, no?
Not
They
really.
started renting out the side room.
Oh.
Like, as
that's
events.
sick. That's sick.
Yeah.
Shout out Kino. Marquee is so lit. I feel like, honestly, it's just the setups, right?
Yeah, I feel like Marquee has a lot of really good artists that go too.
Fair.
And they have like a upstairs and a downstairs. But I do feel like in the Asian circles in New York City, a lot of people do go to Mission and then Social More. And I do definitely have a lot of fun in those too.
Yeah.
Most of the times I've been to Marquee, we have either gotten a table or friends were there already. So I guess it's biased. But the dance floor is really fun. It's decently big. I feel like the Den Social dance floor is kind of small though.
Oh, it's so bad. It's
It's
so,
bad,
yeah, it's so crowded.
Yeah, that's what the thing is that, like, I like the music at Den, but the layout is, like, so bad.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like Mission's layout's the best because it's all one floor. It's, like, very straightforward. But then, like, Marquee, you have to go, like, up and down. And it's, like, Den, you have to go up and down. It's, like, narrow. But the music, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
Marquee
makes
has
sense.
good
Yeah.
lineup. Yeah.
I feel like I never go onto the dance floor at Den. It's so sweaty. Dude, what about the fucking, the 2 tables, like, across from the bar, bro? That's such an L, yo.
Such an L.
Like, dropping, like, what? Like 1.5K to
Dude.
sit at, like, fucking 4-foot stools or whatever. Like, that's such a grind.
What's the most amount of money you spent on one night?
I think the most I spent on like a table when I contributed to my like guy's birthday party table, it was like $100.
Oh,
What?
That's the most?
I think that's all I contributed, honestly, and everyone else like took the rest. That's how I kind of like choose where to go for clubs, though. A lot of clubs will be giving out free tables for the girls.
Ayo.
I only see
So-
Christine at the club, so this makes sense.
So most of mine are around like $150, but I think like 500 was for my birthday, and I was just like, oh, like, you know, let's just get more bottles, because like once you like have the base price for a table, they like get you with like, when you're already drunk, they're like, oh, do you want to buy more bottles? And you're like, you know what, it's like a special occasion, why not
Yeah.
buy more bottles? And then you end up paying $500.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's on your birthday. That's
Yeah.
when you do the most damage. I
Yeah.
think I spent like 800
Wait, you spent $800? When was
myself. One night too. So that's not cumulative.
that? Wait, where?
It was in Vegas. Yeah. I
Well-
feel like Vegas really gets you because, like, you know, the girls get a free table, like free bottles, but then the guys have to get their own table, right? But then when the girls come over, it's like, oh, now we're all together. It's like, now we can like start splitting bottles between everyone, and it'll be like a lot cheaper. But I don't know, I feel like also because it's your birthday, like I feel like I should be spending like a lot
Yeah,
more.
you know what I mean?
You know, like chipping in a lot more because it's like my birthday.
I feel
Yeah.
bad making my friends pay for my birthday because
sure.
I feel like they're paying because it's for my birthday, so I don't
Yeah.
want to ask that of them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Makes
yeah.
sense. All right.
You guys are so fiscally irresponsible, y'all. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh. I remember when I first like sent the club scene, like for my birthday, we rented out like the upper floor. Nervo was playing at Marquee, and we took down the entire like left side of the like mezz. That was like 10K, and I asked everyone to contribute like $100 or $50 a head. It was so lit though. It was so fun.
Wait, so you spent 10K?
Have you ever seen Nervo? She's kind of worth it though.
10K?
Nervo's so good.
He just avoided the question. Well, you know, Ben's
Wait.
bought me a bottle before.
What?
Oh, yo, dude.
Oh my.
Dude, I remember like distinctly when I first met Kirsten, I saw her from afar, and she was like wearing like this. You had this red nose, like it was fucking Christmas.
I had like Christmas lights on.
Full
Because it was
out
SantaCon.
Rudolph.
Yeah, it's fucking SantaCon. No one's dressed up. And I'm like, guys, do you not celebrate SantaCon? Like, do you guys not believe in happiness? Like, I don't fucking know. Like,
This is so bad.
like the only Asian wearing Christmas themed stuff.
Do you remember what bottle I got you?
Oh, rosé. This random guy comes up to me. I'm like sitting at my friend. Wait, this random guy comes up to me at my friend's table, and
So
he's like, "Hey, yeah." Well, he starts talking to me. I'm like, "Okay, well, like, I'm just recently single." I'm like, oh, whatever about it. And he's like, "Wait, I know you." He's like, "Are you Kirsten?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" This random Asian kid. Basically, we like met a couple years back. I didn't remember him, but then we reconnected, and then basically I was just like went away to like another table or something like that, and then all of a sudden I see this like mission guy coming to me with like a bottle, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna move out of the way because it's probably for another table, but he literally just hands it to me, and I'm like, who the? And then he's like, oh, this is for you, and I was like, hello. who the fuck bought me a bottle? And then you like appeared.
Bottles in like most of these nightclubs are like minimum like $500.
I think it was like 1 point.
Yeah.
That was like 1 point something
Yeah, and then he
K.
was like, "Is this enough to like get on a date with you?"
Oh, that's so cute.
He showed me the receipt, and I was like,
Yo, is
No, I didn't. I did not show the receipt.
"How do you?
crazy.
No
How
chance.
do you think I know it was 1.2?"
Because you look at the menu on the
You
reg.
fucking showed me the
She was
receipt.
literally like, "Oh my god, how much was this bottle?" And asked for the menu. Fucking
This
return that shit.
MF
There's no
literally
chance.
showed me the receipt.
That's cap.
Do you guys think 1.2K would be able to get with you on a first date?
So clearly,
Okay, that's all I need. How often do you guys get tables when going out? Because I know like before coming to New York City, like I would rarely get tables, and I feel like paying like $20 for like cover for a club would already be like a decent amount, because usually you can just like walk into a bar and dance for free with your friends. And then after coming to New York City, it's like everyone's getting tables. It's kind of crazy because like no one wants to wait in line, and then you get like bottle service.
I can't go clubbing without tables.
Second.
What the?
When I was younger in college, you know, like going to Maru or Ichi, you know, it's fine, right? Because you're young and you like dance and stuff like that. But when you're old, you have a broken back like me, like you need to sit somewhere. Like,
But you're not old.
For context, Kirsten has never once paid for a table.
I've never paid for one of his tables. But
Whoa.
I'll buy you a table.
No, you won't. Dude, if you go out, you have to get a
Yeah.
table. You're surrounded by all these people, and it's so sweaty.
sweaty.
So sweaty. And it's
Yeah.
like, I don't want to get dripped on.
Well, I most likely will know someone there that has a table, so
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess like contrary to everyone else, I mean I still get tables a lot. Maybe like around 45% of the time I would get a table, but like I think most of the time I'm just like paying cover, because I think like I'm with my friends who like don't want to pay as much, and like we can also just pregame and have a good time in the crowd. I think I really like dancing, so I think the pros and cons for a table, it's like you get to pay less, but you also like dance more, because like when you're at a table, you're like, oh, I have a table, so I'm just gonna sit here and like, you know, chill with my friends. But I feel like the pro of having a table is that when you do have a friend group, you don't want to like have everyone be lost in like the crowd and it's like super sweaty. You want to have a place where everyone can dance together, which is great.
In the winter, you can put your jackets there.
Yeah.
Also, like Mission, a shot costs $25.
Yeah.
I
Not
bought
worth it.
shots for my friend. I bought a shot from me and my friend because he just got rejected, and I was like, I'm gonna buy you a shot. I looked at my credit card statement the next day. It was $58 for 2 shots. I was like, these MFs. So it's like if you're paying that much for 2 shots, it actually math wise works out to be
Yeah.
worth it if you're getting a table.
No, that's so true. I feel like, yeah, the one thing in New York City is that because drinks are so expensive, most people end up getting tables. But like, what do you guys usually order? Bottle wise or like shot wise?
Tequila or whiskey. JMO, Henny, or whiskey.
I think Henny's so nice.
Or sorry, or tequila.
I think like typically like a large bottle of Grey Goose, and then like the classic like budget value play is like to get like, you know,
You're doing the math in your head right
cloth-
now.
no, it's like a Casamigos. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like Casamigos,
Yeah.
and then like massive bottle of Grey Goose, like one of the
Yeah.
magnums. I think typically that's enough for a night. But then like, bro, they're crazy nights, dude. What is the most you've ever spent at Maru? Because this is like
Wait, is that a question for yourself?
No,
Yeah, it's a question for yourself.
we got so
Questions are
baited.
so weird.
We got so baited. A couple of friends were at like a table and they were throwing a birthday party, and I hadn't seen this guy in a while because like there was like a bit of drama. I was like, all right, I'll go bury the hatchet. I was with like a solid squad, so we all end up going to Maru, and I was like wearing like sweatpants or something, and the guy was like, oh, like you have to buy a bottle if you want to like wear sweatpants, and I'm like,
Dude,
okay,
it's because
this
you're
guy's
not a
birthday.
rapper. You can only wear sweats. You're a rapper, dude.
What ends up happening is we end up being obliged to buy a bottle of Dom, and I like get a bottle of Dom and like spray the shit out of the boy, and I was like, okay, we're equal, like we're fine now, and it was like hatchets were buried. But then I noticed that my boys weren't let in. He's like an Indian dude, and like, dude, I feel like low key, like some of these clubs be racist.
For sure.
They're so
Sure.
racist.
They made the guy end up buying like 3 bottles of Dom, and that ended up like equating to like, I don't know, like $2,000 at Maru, which
Oh
is
my
like
God.
Wait, 3 bottles of Dom are only $2,000 at Maru?
Dude,
What do you mean only?
exactly. That's my
Wait,
point,
isn't
right?
that a lot?
Dude, it translates to like $10,000 to $20,000 at like Marquee, dude. It's like,
Yeah, Doms are like
Really?
Yeah.
Wait,
grand.
but isn't Dom champagne?
yeah,
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They're,
Okay,
they're just
for
elite. They're just elite.
APV, dude, alcohol, like you getting drunk to dollar wise, that is not worth it.
It's
at
just
all.
for the bottle.
Yeah, it's
Is
for
the
the
one that
bottle.
lights up?
Yeah.
Oh, I stole one of those at Maru one time.
You stole one?
Well, like I was at a table and then like the guys, you know, you bring you over and they had Dom and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
What the fuck?
Honestly, when I was in college, I did some ratchet ass shit at Maru. I don't know if you guys know, but like they used to give bottles to girls and we would stand on the counters and just like
And they would give you a
give-
bottle.
That's so fun,
I would
right?
just spray
What?
alcohol down
Oh,
people's
that's-
throat, and I
Holy
felt like I
crap.
was. So that's like my pseudo bottle girl day is when I was just pouring alcohol
my
down people's
God.
throats. Yeah.
That sounds so fun.
It
And
was-
you get the bottle.
It was fun, yeah, and we got the
Oh my
bottle.
God. What's the most impressive bottle that you can see at the club? Someone having.
Have you ever seen the Ace of Spades? Or no, yeah,
Is
Ace
that
of Spades come out?
That's a gold one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that
case,
one.
like they open up the case
Yeah.
and it's like,
What? They open up a
Gold.
case?
Yeah.
It's
It's
so
like
beautiful.
gold and like.
They
there's-
bring a new case.
Is it? No, I
you
don't-
have to get 3 of them.
Yeah. 3. It's interesting that the most
like
flashy
3.
bottles are the ones that are the least alcoholic.
Yeah,
Like, come on,
crazy.
where's my?
Dude,
yeah.
it's like fucking, it's a stunt at the end of the day.
Dude,
It's
yeah,
not
honestly,
like-
the alcohol doesn't matter to me. It's the way they present it. Like,
Oh, I
I
see.
wish that they had what they have in New York, what they have in Vegas, where they have like, you know, like girls on a boat, and they're like, there's like a whole fucking float, and there's like 20 girls, and you're only buying one bottle, but you get 20 girls out of it, and there's like bubbles and like sparklers everywhere. Like, I want that.
And
like,
you get one Belvedere.
and I get, you get one Belvedere. But like for me, like yeah, it's about the presentation, right?
Like sometimes for here, if you just order a Belvedere and like a Jameson, they don't even get the girls to present it to you. They just
they
like they
don't
just
even-
leave it there,
yeah.
and then you just like get it.
Throw it out.
You need to like order like some like you need to order like a 1.5 liter bottle,
Yeah.
and you got to order like one of the Casablancas. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I feel like the only reason you should ever get bottles is to have a witty sign. I feel like witty signs are
Wait,
like,
that's funny. What's the funniest sign you've seen at a club?
it's just fun when you're like throwing roasts at your friends, basically, where it's like you'll throw up someone's name and just like as they're hitting on a girl or something and just totally fuck with them.
What?
Fun game. I remember it was like Chinese New Year,
Uh-huh.
the year of the rabbit. It was like the name of my friend 1 and then rabbit's 0 because he was hitting on the chick. So
I think like a very common one is like someone's name is like a single or something like that.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I've seen one person post up how much they spent in the night. It's like I think it was like $50,000 or something, and I was like,
Holy
holy crap! Yeah, this was in Vegas. Like someone had a
Dude,
sign that
Vegas will
literally
get
said how
you.
much they
Vegas will
spent.
fucking get you, dude.
I'm like probably in like the lower echelon of people who spend money at the club. Like there are people who literally are dropping like fucking 50, 60K in a night just like for lols.
How much money have you spent in a club each month?
4 or 5K? Nothing crazy. On average, I'd say like that's a median number.
That's not bad.
yeah.
It's like 2 months of rent.
That's like 2 months of rent. That's like 4 months of rent for anyone out
I
there.
think it's all relative, right? I think
Yeah,
like
that makes
you're
sense.
comparing yourself to like insanely rich people
Yeah.
versus there's like people like us where it's like anything over 1,000 per month is a lot, you know?
Oh yeah, but anyways,
I'm
did
looking
you
for
have
a
any-
job, guys.
OF.
Do you guys bring your boyfriend or girlfriend to clubs? Current or also past?
I feel like the only reason people go to the clubs is like to fuck around, right? Like,
What?
isn't like
What? Your fucking around is like different than like everyone else is fucking. Like
I mean,
actually fucking
No,
around.
I mean like
Around?
like I feel like people are good. They're going to like clubbing to like hook up with people. No,
Wow.
No. Okay, I feel like I would bring my girlfriend or boyfriend to the club. And then like if they ask to go to the club themselves, I would try to go to the club as much as I can with them. But like sometimes it's like, you know, they go to the club with, you know, people they don't know, or like if they go with their friends, like I'm less likely to worry.
Yeah.
But like sometimes it's like kind of like nice to know that like you're there, or they want you there too, because I know that they want to dance together with you too.
Ever since I started dating my ex-boyfriend of 6 years, I only increased in going to clubs. Like I only went to
Really?
clubs more. Actually, the longer I dated him, because the more like I felt like comfortable in my relationship, the more, you know, like I want to like go out and have fun with the girls, but that doesn't mean that I'm like actively trying to like fuck around. I think typically I'm so happy if my boyfriend comes with me, but when I go to a club, like I get so excited and I see so many of my friends that I just like completely ditch my boyfriend a lot of times, and I'm just like running around and like saying hi to people. But like if he like can stand his own ground and like, you know, hang out with his friends or hang out with my friends and just like not like be super like attached, then that's like optimal for me. There was one guy that was like, I was like at a table, but he couldn't come in the table because he wasn't paying for it, so he was literally just waiting for me outside of the table, and I was just like, oh, okay, I guess I have to go now. He's just like literally waiting for me right there.
I think it's the best if like you go with your boyfriend's friends. So he has like his own group of friends, and then you're like just joining, so you can just do whatever. I like going to the club with my like boyfriend and like pretending like it's our first time meeting and then like flirting there.
Cute.
Like I like doing that, but I also like get really drunk when I go to the club, so makes a lot of fights, accidental fights. But
shit.
yeah, that happens a lot. Like
It's like he's trying to pick you up and you're like, sorry, I have a boyfriend. He's like, babe, it's me. You're like, no, sorry, I have a boyfriend.
dude, it depends on the girl, right?
No, but like your girlfriend.
Yeah, I know. Depends on the girl. Like, depends on the girlfriend.
But wouldn't you want to like date someone that can do both?
I guess I've never thought about it.
what? Do you guys have any pickup lines when you go to the club?
For me as a wingman for my bro, I'll always compliment the girl. Girls love compliments. It's like a surefire way, but it's like coming from a girl, it's like very like not aggressive or anything like that. So I'll be like, oh my God, I love your shoes. Where'd you get them? And they'll be like, oh my God, thank you. And then we'll go into this whole like convo, and I'd be like, oh, me and my friends are like grabbing a drink. Do you want one? And they'll be like, yeah. And then they'll go over, and then I like capture them in my trap, you know. And then they'll like, then the guy will like start talking to her. So that's how I get girls to come over to our table. In terms of guys, I've only hit on one guy before, but that was because my friend thought the other guy was cute, so I guess I was wingmanning her
I
too.
see.
But I'm just like, hey, how are you guys doing? Like I don't have anything. Like, I just use my good
my
looks as a way to,
God.
you know, start the
Okay,
conversation.
I definitely feel like it's different for guys because like you have to actively like try to do something. If there's a girl and like he's with some guys or something, like, and I'm like trying to hit on the girl, I always end up getting along with the guys really well, forgetting that there was a girl I was trying to hit on, buying the guys shots, and end up being like $50 like out of pocket just paying for them, and they're just super cool. And I was like, usually just make a lot of guy friends at the clubs, but I think I've said like ask them their name, like where they're from, like if they wanna grab a drink. Dude, you can't ask pickup lines at a club. I feel like it's also loud. Okay, let's just say you ask a pickup line question, they might not even hear you. You know what I mean?
I like it when they're like, oh, like you smell good. I'm like,
what? No, that's creepy. That's creepy as fuck.
What the heck? There was a girl.
But she'd be like,
You smell good.
so gross.
It's gross. It means a lot. It means a lot to certain girls. I feel like there was.
I like it. They're like behind me. We're like dancing at a rave,
Everyone's
and they're like, "Oh, you
sweating.
smell so good." I'm like, "Oh, like you notice the perfume that I'm wearing." You think it's gross?
I think it's gross if it's at a club. I mean, if it's on a like first date or something like that, or like a date, it's like it's fine, right? But at a club, it's like they have to like try really hard to smell your ass, you know?
There was this girl that one time I ended up dating her for a little bit. Dude, I feel like whenever I like see someone I like on the dance floor, like it's such low hanging fruit when you have like a table.
there's this one time that me and Ben were on like a giant boat, and a famous DJ was playing, and they were like, "Oh, do you want to get like do you guys want to get a table?" And we were like, no. And then they were like, oh, we'll give you like this really nice one. And we were just like, okay, we just got baited into getting a table. But since we only had like the two of us and like three other guys and like one girl, we were like, oh, let's invite other people to the table. We were going around asking girls if they wanted to come to our table, and we got 0 girls to go to our table.
It works when the girls are not with guys already. We went up to guys. Like,
We did not go up with the girls with the guy.
No,
We went up with
in the
2
back.
girls. We went up to 5 girls and 1 guy, and then we were like, "Oh, let's try to talk to this group." The moment we entered, the guy was like, "Yo, stop trying to hit on the girls." We were like, we didn't even say anything yet. I just don't like those people.
If I had to think about what would work, it would just be like, hey, I think you're cute. You want to get a drink, or do you want to come to my table? Like, then taking them to a place where it's like a little quieter, where you can have like an actual conversation.
dude, that's another reason why you'd want to have a table, right? I feel
Yeah.
as though it's just so
Yeah.
much better for conversation.
What do you think matters when a guy comes up to you at a club?
Looks.
Ew.
When you're drunk, most people look sort of similar. Maybe the really attractive people look more.
like the drunk
But like,
goggles?
what is like the best way to pick you up at a club? That's not just like, oh, they smell good, or like they just say get a good.
I guess I started dating because he picked me up at like a concert or like a rave. So like it's kind of like a clubby scene. He literally like had a pickup line. He was like, "You look like you would break my heart," and I was like, "She like, what do you mean?" Like, and then I got really feisty, and I was like, "No, like, what do you mean? Like, why are you saying that? Like, I'm like such a nice person. Like, what do you mean?" And then like we started talking, and he was like whispering, like you have to like get really close into the ear. So like, yeah, like I feel like that's like
Ooh,
a
that's
pretty
good.
good,
That's
like
good.
yeah,
That's good.
like
That's good.
yeah.
It's
I
also
think
good that
pretty-
he like actually talked to you. I feel like when you're at a rave, sometimes like people will just like come up behind you and just
Oh, and
going at it.
offer shoulder rides.
yeah,
I fall for that.
New York City has definitely like increased my tolerance over time because you're drinking like constantly. But I feel like right now it used to take me like 3 to 4 shots to like feel something. Now it probably takes like 7 to like be
to
a
feel
good.
something.
Yeah, sometimes
sad.
yeah. To be
What the
honest,
fuck?
yeah. When you're comfortable with the crowd, it changes like how
Yeah.
you feel.
Oh,
you know what I
for
mean?
sure.
So
That's why like I get the most fucked up in like cabin trips or house parties because you're like with people that you know.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I think I have to be like maybe 5 shots to feel something, but I think it takes me a while to get like super fucked up. I think I have a tendency to like be the mom of the group, so I always like want to maintain. So not like sobriety, but like I always want to maintain like a good state of mind. 14.
14 shots.
Yeah, I think
To get, like, blackout?
I probably drink like at least 10.
Oh my
10 to
god, that's
11
crazy.
every night I go out. I've only blacked out
That's
once.
crazy.
I think it
Okay.
also depends on like how long you drink that for, you know?
That's true,
Like if you like
yeah.
drink it in like within 2 hours, you're gonna get like trashed. But if you drink it over like 4 or 5 hours, like it's like better. I think I like drank a lot more when I was in college because I was like, oh, like this. Like me when I was drinking like underage, like so yummy. Like this shit is so tasty. But now that I'm like of age, I usually try to stop at like 8.
All right, so guys, what was your worst clubbing experience in New York City?
Probably Maru. Just because it's so small, there are some instances where you can't move.
What happened?
There was one time when I was at Maru and it was during the summer and it was like super crowded. There's a bunch of like interns in the city and everyone was like super sweaty and like barely moving. But then my friend, she got so drunk, she gets like belligerent and she gets like pushy too. And so we were in line for the bathroom and she starts fighting some girls in line for the bathroom because she thought they did not cut. And she starts getting in a fight and they start fighting her and my other friends start like backing her ass up. And I was just sitting there like, I'm like way too drunk. Like this, I'm way too drunk for this. And so they get kicked out, like the cops get called and like we're just sitting outside. It's like 1 o'clock. Like we didn't even make it to like late at night, but I had to go to the hospital with her because like they called because she was like so drunk. They're like, we're gonna like take an ambulance and go with her. I didn't even know this girl that well. That's the thing. Like I knew her for like 2 weeks and I was already going to the hospital with her, but that was like probably the worst.
I know some people like that are promoters, so they would like sometimes give us free tables and like bottles. So one time it was like kind of like a busier Saturday at an Asian club, and they were like, oh, like, well, we came because they messaged us. They have like alcohol available for us, like bottles available, and we're like, okay. So we went. It was just like me and this other girl. And they basically like sold us to this like table to entertain these guys. And like, oh, like they did give us a bottle, like for sure they did give us a bottle, but like it was just these like really antisocial like older men, and basically like we were doing bottle service for them.
No
like
way.
Not really, but like they're like, oh, just like talk to them. Like no, like they don't bite, like it's fine. And like we got free, like I took a couple of shots and then I left. Low key, I was like really offended. Like, well, who do you think I am? Like, you just like call me to like entertain these guys.
Isn't that what they do in Korea too? Like they find girls on the dance floor and they like bring them to tables.
I feel like for recent clubs, they don't. They used to like have that more like before, but like I heard it was like a lot. Like 20 years ago, but like I think it's like less now. Let's say that they were like, oh, like come here, like I would be like, whoa.
So it was this chick I was talking to's birthday, and she invites me to go to Den. I was actually debating going home instead, but I was like, okay, it's her birthday, I'll pop by to Den. I go to the table, no one's there. I'm like, did I just get baited? Like, this is like not a real thing. And then I give her a call, and then her friend picks up, and they're like, where the fuck are you? And I'm like, what? Like, then I'd never met any of her friends before. So I'm like, I just left Den. Like, where are you guys? And then she's like across from the Holiday Inn or whatever. And I go there and I see this girl just covered in vomit, just like passed out on the floor. And I'm like, bro, I want to go to a mission. It was this huge ride, like trying to get this girl to like chill out, like in terms of just like getting her back to the crib, trying to like nurse her back to health, ultimately taking her to the hospital because she wouldn't stop screaming.
Yeah, she was like hysterical.
Dude,
right?
literally like asylum type beat. We ended up calling an ambulance for her. And I was like, yeah, dude, it was so whack. 4 a.m. screaming. And I'm like, okay, it's over. And just like shipped her away.
Shipped her away.
Bruh. Damn.
Yeah.
The worst clubbing experience, or like a worst clubbing experience we had, was when I was in Singapore. We were in this club called Zouk. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's actually just such a good club, but like actually what happens was just really funny, and I don't think I had like a bad experience, but I think someone else did, but it was funny for me. Basically, like we were really drunk in there, and then like I went with a friend, and then I was like meeting some other people like in Singapore at the time, so I was like hanging out with them, and I was like dancing with them, and then like my friend apparently like meets this guy at the club, and apparently they were making out, and because she was so drunk, she vomited on him. And the only reason I know this was because one of my other friends like came and grabbed me. He was like, yo, is this your friend? She's in the restroom. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I like run to the women's restroom, and then like in the women's restroom was this guy I didn't know covered in vomit and her like in like the toilet, and he's like this massive guy, and he looks so pissed, and I was just like, holy crap, like I don't even know what to do. So I just like was like, yo, I'm so sorry. I don't even know why I'm apologizing. And then she's just like on the floor, and we just like try to drag her like out, and then like the security guards come and they kick both of them out. So like this guy was like super pissed off because like he not only got thrown up on, but he also got kicked out of the club.
So this is not your worst night. This is his.
This is his worst night. I just had to.